Welcome back to the channel, guys. Let's get straight into today's story. What happened at Bondi Beach should concern anyone who still believes public safety and social cohesion matter. Following a violent attack that left multiple people dead, a vigil was organised so the community could grieve, reflect and show respect for the victims. But instead of being allowed to mourn in peace, the vigil was disrupted by pro-Palestine activists who chose that moment, of all moments, to make it about politics. Let that sink in for a second. A community traumatised by violence, families grieving, people lighting candles, and someone decides that this is the right time to shout slogans and hijack the moment for their cause. Whether you agree with their politics or not, most people understand there's a line, and this definitely crossed it. What we're seeing more and more is the breakdown of basic standards. Tragedy is no longer treated as tragedy. Everything is turned into a platform, everything becomes a protest, and nothing is considered off limits anymore. Even events meant to honour victims of violence are now fair game for activists who think their message justifies any behaviour. Now, this isn't about free speech. People are free to protest, to argue, to campaign, but free speech doesn't mean freedom from consequences. And it doesn't mean every time and place is appropriate. A vigil for terror victims is not a political rally. Turning it into one shows a complete lack of respect for the dead and for the people left behind. And let's be honest about something else. If this had gone the other way, if a vigil linked to Palestine victims had been disrupted by someone pushing a different political agenda, there would have been immediate outrage. Headlines would be written, politicians would be lined up to condemn it, and would be told it's unacceptable. But when it happens like this, we're expected to look away or excuse it. This double standard is part of the wider problem. Certain forms of disruption are increasingly tolerated, even defended. As long as they come from the right political direction, we're told to understand the anger, to see the bigger picture, to accept that emotions are running high, but none of that excuses turning a moment of remembrance into confrontation. What's also worrying is how normalised this behaviour is becoming. Activism used to be about persuading people, now it's about provoking them. It's about shock, disruption and dominating spaces that don't belong to you. The aim isn't to change minds, it's to expose presence even when it causes harm. And the result was predictable. Communities become more divided, tensions rise, and ordinary people feel pushed out of public spaces. People stop attending vigils, stop gathering, stop speaking up, because they didn't want confrontation. Now, that's not progress, that's social breakdown. Public order depends on shared rules and shared decency. When those rules are ignored, and when the authorities hesitate to act because they're afraid of political backlash, the message is clear, boundaries no longer matter, and once again, things only get worse. This isn't about silence anyone, it's about saying there are moments when humanity comes before ideology, where respect comes before slogans, where the dead deserve dignity, not disruption. If we can't even agree on that, then we're in serious trouble. And I'd like to pay my thoughts to the victims of the tragedy. Anyway guys, thanks for watching. If you want any honest political commentary, I don't want to miss what's really happening behind the headlines, hit subscribe now and drop your thoughts in the comments. I'd like to hear what you think about all this.